Coloradans called the governor's bluff. Jared Polis refused to give voters another option for property tax relief so that people would support his plan to raid Tabor refunds. Voters still shot down Prop HH by 20 points. So here's what's funny. The governor did have a backup plan for tax relief. He just didn't want you to know. Maybe it's not funny. You decide if it's funny.
Okay, we're going to find out what the plan is. Voters said no to Prop H. We're going to see what the plan is to figure out property tax relief. Looks like a special session for property tax relief. Good morning, everybody.
That's how the governor announced today that he's going to call the legislature back into session to work on property tax relief without raising other taxes. Democrats run everything at the Capitol these days. This might be the one time that they wish that they didn't, because any solution on taxes is up to them. Here's politics guy Marshall Zellinger.
I speak as Jared Polis.
Even though Democratic Governor Jared Polis has called the state legislature back to work following the defeat of Prop HH, he does not appear to have his own Plan B.
I want to be clear, we don't have a particular plan in the sense of the actual policy, but we want to give the legislature the room to use the $200 million for property tax relief, to use more than that for property tax relief.
The state legislature set aside $200 million to be used for Prop HH. With its failure, that $200 million is still there to be spent or saved.
But the easiest pot of money to use is the $200 million that was in HH, that it would be completely irresponsible for me to not call a special session and get out the door.
Despite the failure of Prop HH, there are several parts of it that lawmakers can do without your vote. They can make some of your property value tax-free, and they can lower the state assessment rate, part of the math equation that determines your property tax bill.
And we need people over politics. We need Republicans and Democrats working together to do that.
He said people over politics, and I'm not sure that's accurate. I think this is one more round of government over people.
State Senate Minority Leader Paul Lundeen is one of the Republicans who got a phone call from Polis before Prop HH results started coming in on Tuesday night.
Called to say, may the best policy win. Are there options, and what are your thoughts around property tax relief?
Republicans have no power at the state capitol. Democrats can pass their bills without a single Republican vote. Lundeen supports reduced increases in property tax bills, but not the part where the state backfills the local governments that would get fewer property tax dollars.
Backfill is a euphemism for grow government, for big government. My answer is property taxes are going up. There is no need for a backfill.
Resistance to some of the policy that comes out of the special session may also come from other Democrats.
I think if you have a $5, $10, $20 million home, and there are many $5, $10, $20 million homes in Colorado, I don't think you need property tax relief.
Democratic State Representative Javier Mabry would rather see property tax relief limited to homes with certain property values. At his news conference, Polis said the state can't pick and choose property tax relief for everybody.
No offense to John Elway, he was my hero when I was a kid. I'm not sure he needs a tax break when we're trying to fully fund our schools.
Ooh. Another sack on John Elway long after retirement. The special session starts 1 week from Friday, from tomorrow. Lawmakers will work over the weekend in a week, and that next week is Thanksgiving week. So you can imagine they'll probably get the work done by the holiday no matter what. If any property tax relief happens, Kyle, it's going to put a pinch on county commissioners, local governments, special districts, because they're going to have to calculate their budgets based on the new math of whatever the legislature decides, and that's going to put a lot of work on a lot of people that weren't expecting work this time of year.
We get a ton of feedback from Next viewers asking why these local districts need the avalanche of cash that's coming their way with the increased assessments and taxes.
So that was the story I was going to do today until they announced a special session. We're going to work on that for tomorrow, but really the bulk of your property tax is school districts, and so you would be asking, would a school district reduce their mill? That would then reduce your property tax. That's a question we'll get into tomorrow. But the rest of your property tax bill are smaller districts. So even if they did reduce their mill to not take in this windfall, it would be minimal to you. But there are some areas that will do that.
All right, we'll get into that tomorrow. Marshall, thank you.